So in this video, I'm going to be talking about which roleplay game out of Greenville, Southwest Florida and Emergency Response Liberty County have the best police vehicles. So if you do enjoy this video, please make sure you drop a like and also subscribe, but let's get straight into it. So we are going to start off with Southwest Florida. Now if we head over to the police team and we spawn in and we go to our vehicles and then we go to emergency, we can see I have most of the police vehicles. I might not have all of them, there might be some new ones, but I have most of the police vehicles, and these are the only ones we need to kind of judge them. So I'm not even going to spawn in all of them, but let's spawn in this one, for example, the Crown Victoria, one which most roleplay games will have. So we can spawn it in. Now the UI in Southwest Florida is not great, I must admit. The way that the lights work aren't great. You can see they're very basic, nothing too extreme. They're very imagey, they're very kind of low quality. The police vehicles themselves, you can see they are also quite imagey, like this wheel here for example. It's not really 3D, it's very low quality as well, but I do like the livery on it is quite nice and high quality, but the vehicle itself is quite low quality, and the lights especially are also quite low quality. We are going to test out the sirens as well, so let's turn on my in-game audio, and well, that is quite loud, and we can test out the sirens because we're going to need to do that for all of these. Okay, that is very loud, but you can see, in my opinion, these are quite, oh wow, that is, sorry, that is like not very good in my opinion. I think that like the sirens in this game are not great in my opinion. I think they're very low quality, along with the wheels in this car. That's the thing I've always said about Southwest Florida. The wheels are images. I hate that. In ERLC or Emergency Response Liberty County, they are high quality 3D properly made wheels, whereas on here they're just images and textures, and I don't like that at all. I think that makes a car, it just ruins a car so much in my opinion. Let's just check out this unmarked Dodge Hellcat as well. While we're here, let's check out the unmarked ones. So this one I do quite like. Again, I really like the model. Again, you can see how it's all just images on these brake lights, and the wheels on this I think are even worse. They are disgusting images in my opinion, but to be honest, unless you look at them, you don't really notice the images, and unless you look really closely you also don't notice them. But again, we've got the same kind of lights. You can't even like see any lights here, they just light up in blue and red when you turn on your lights. And you also don't have any matrix boards at the back. You don't have the ability to have blue, or you don't have the ability to have or blue or red, or just blues or just reds and that kind of thing. And you only have one light option. You don't have like cruise lights or anything or rear lights. It's all just one option of lights. So in my opinion, the police cars in Southwest Florida are not great. But let's move on to the second game, which is ERLC. Okay, so we are now in Emergency Response Liberty County on the Shove team. So in ERLC, we have the Shove team and the police team. They are both pretty much the same, except the Shove team is, oh, not that one. The Shove team is all the way out here in kind of the Springfield, the suburbs area, and the police team is over here in the main city area. Hence why it's called Liberty County Sheriff and River City Police. But if we go to the spawn vehicle, we can see we have a lot more choice of vehicles than Southwest Florida. We have all of these different vehicles, and we even have some British style vehicles as well for those who like British roleplay, and even a mobile command center, which is really cool. We also have Corvettes, which I guess are a bit unrealistic, but still add to the detail and make the game that little bit better. But let's go and spawn in the Crown Victoria as we did in Southwest Florida, and we can compare them. So again, I really like the livery in ERLC, and I think ERLC does win for the liveries, even though Southwest Florida's was very good. But they win because you can change the livery to literally whatever you want. You can go like 10 clicks and you can literally design your own livery however you want it. If you want a bright red police car or a bright pink police car or whatever as a livery, not sure why you'd want to do that, but you can do it. You can do whatever you want with the liveries, well, most things, as long as you're not like breaking Roblox terms of service or whatever. But but these are really nice, and the biggest thing for me is these wheels. You can see these wheels are nice, they're 3D, they've got nice meshes, they're not like really imagey and low quality, they're high quality. And then the other thing that Southwest Florida doesn't have is this ELS system. So obviously you can turn on just cruise lights, or you can turn on just rear lights, or you can turn on full lights, which turns on the sides, the fronts, the back, the main light bar, and stuff like that as well on the front. We also have a spotlight here, so if we press spotlight, as you can see, it turns on, and we can even control the angle of the spotlight. We can move it left, or we can move it right, and we can stop it wherever we want, or we can just reset it and turn it off. We also have these takedown lights, we have right alley, we have left alley, and we have so much more. And we even have like this ALPR thing, which tells you what speed a vehicle is going. For example, you can see that vehicle behind us, we can see his speed. That police car, it shows down here the rear speed and the speed he's going. Now he's in front, and we can see he's breaking the speed limit. Look, we can see he's going over 80 miles an hour now, and the speed limit is 45, so he is far speeding there. So you can see that on any vehicle as well, not just police vehicles. Obviously, well, you have to be in a police vehicle to get the RDR, not even sure what that stands for, but obviously you can see any vehicle what speed they're going, and you can pull them over if they're going too fast. Obviously it's weird if they're a cop when you pull them over. I'm not sure how the law works on that, but do whatever you want if it's a cop, but I'd recommend just leaving them, but that's a different story. But that's just extra features that we don't have in other games. Now I know that that ERLC is based more for police roleplay, and Southwest Florida is more like based at driving perhaps, and not really police. But the point of this video is comparing the police cars, so that's going to be ignored for this video. And let's also test out the sirens as well. So if we turn back on, this is very, very loud, and you can already hear one of the sirens. But if we turn on our lights and we turn on our manual, so the lights in, so the sirens in this game are already so much better. You can hear they're high quality, they're nicely made. The ones in Southwest Florida, no offense to the developers, but they literally sound like they've been recorded by a police car like driving past their house, whereas in ERLC they sound more professional, they sound more realistic, and they just sound better as well. That last one we did on Southwest Florida was horrible. It gave me like a headache. It was really bad sound and really low quality. But these ones are not so bad, they are pretty good. And obviously, as well as that, we also have these kind of matrix board, not really, but sort of a matrix board. You can do that, you can go right, or you can have them flashing, and these will change patterns as well. There we go, not just that. You've got all different types of patterns for these, and I think they are just so much better like that. And the police cars in ERLC are really, really good. But let's move on to Greenvilles and check out Greenvilles before we leave, or before I give you my full opinion on all of them. Okay, so we are now in Greenville at one of Greenville's police stations. So the thing about Greenville that I also quite like, similar to ERLC, is that they have a few different police departments. They have Fox Valley Metro Police Department, and then further down here they have Outgame, however you say that, County Sheriff's Office. So there's two different stations. I will say they aren't too detailed. Southwest Florida, I don't even know if it has a police station. It's not very good either way. But I do quite like this one. It's quite basic on the outside, but that is kind of how police stations look. They're not modern, pretty buildings. And I did forget to rate the ERLC police station, but it is pretty good. It's obviously quite new since the update we got recently for it. But I do like this police station. I think out of all, I'd say this one probably wins on the interior and the realism, because they are basic outside of police stations. They do look basic like this. They're nothing too crazy. Let's just run around the front quickly and see what it looks like. But yeah, Southwest Florida's police station, it is detailed, but it's not very good. I do actually know they have one. There's one right where we spawned in. I don't know why I said I don't know if they have one or not, because I know they do. I've been in it before. It's not great. I think this one's basic. I think Southwest Florida's or ERLC's definitely wins on the outside or on the exterior. But I think for realism, this one is really, really nice. Especially for like a county one like this is, then it's really, really good. But let's check out some of the police vehicles. So I have a few in my inventory. I don't have the Crown Victoria and I can't be bothered to buy it, but we'll use this one that I have here. So the liveries on this one, we'll get in the driver's seat actually. The liveries on this one are okay. I accidentally turned on the lights there. The liveries on this one are okay. I think they are obviously based how they are in the real city, so I can't really judge them based on detail, but on the quality we can see they're pretty good. All of them seem to be quite high quality, but obviously the thing you can't do in Greenville that obviously puts ERLC far ahead is you can't change custom liveries, and you can't do that in Southwest Florida, and I think that's so unique about ERLC that I think that makes ERLC first in terms of liveries, but we'll go more onto that shortly. So yeah, the driving physics on this I actually quite like. Obviously in Greenville you've got some kind of automatic braking systems, and you've got planes flying over as well. That is quite scary how low and fast that's flying, but cool I guess. And obviously you have cool features in Greenville as well, like when you brake for example, it in some cars puts your hazards on. But again, the same thing that happened in Southwest Florida, the wheels are images. They're very basic in my opinion. I don't understand how people like these, and I don't understand why developers use them. Make them nice and detailed. And again, I know Greenville isn't primarily a roleplay game, but the police team is a huge part of Greenville and Southwest Florida. They are still roleplay games. Whilst Greenville might be a bit of a driving game and might be aimed more towards being a driving game, it still has a huge roleplay aspect. So the developers still have to put time into what the community wants, which is roleplay. A lot of people roleplay in Greenville. Now, the detail, as I said, is not great. They have all images. Even the tires are like weird textures. I know that is the same in ERLC. They're like a concrete texture. I personally think that looks nicer as well in my opinion, although I do like this actual tire texture. Just it is completely ruined by this texture on these wheels here in my opinion. But yeah, let's look at the lights here. So you can press F to turn on your lights, or we can do this. So we do have cruise lights. We do have I'm not sure what that is. I believe that's like just the roof bar lights maybe, and then we have this one which is all of them. Yeah, so we have these lights flashing at the front. We have the brake lights or whatever, then we have the full light bar flashing everywhere else as well. So it is pretty good, the light bar. Let's look at all the other stuff as well. I haven't really used this car very much, so hold on. We've got all of these different sirens, so let's turn on the in-game audio again. We'll put it on 1 so it's not too loud. Okay, there we go. So that is all of the sirens for Greenville. Now I think they are pretty good, but again, they don't compare to ERLC. They're still very low quality, and they sound like they've been recorded through someone's iPhone and just dropped into the game. Whereas ERLC's, I don't know how they got them, but they just sound much better quality. But we do also have these lights as well. So we have left alley, which I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's just okay. That's just like ridiculous. That is like the tiniest little light on the side there. Then we have right alley. Is that the same? There's just the tiniest light. Then we have spotlight. You can't control the spotlight on this car, which I think puts ERLC far in front. And then obviously we've got traffic, which I really like that one. I think that's probably my favourite part about this car, but everything else is not great about this vehicle, especially the left alley and the right alley. I do like the horn as well, but in my opinion, ERLC have the best ERLC have the best police vehicles out of any. But overall, out of all of these roleplay games, I think ERLC has the best police vehicles out of them all. They're really detailed. They have loads of features. The sirens sound so much better. Obviously, you can change the liveries. On them, and you have the like automatic number plate recognition thing and the speed thing as well that you can do. And I just think all of that makes them so much better. However, ERLC is aimed more towards police response as like the main part of the game. So let me know what you think about each of these cars in each of these games in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know if you agree with me, and let me know if you think Greenville and Southwest Florida are more aimed to be like roleplay games, or if they're more aimed to be driving games. Let me know if you think they should make better police cars in either of them games. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure you drop a like and also subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.